Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of ThinkTank Thursday. I am Candi Kelley, and I am your host this week. On Thursdays, TrainerTainment likes to take a little bit of time away from the doing and spend some time thinking. And very excited this week, we are thinking with our own Whitney Thompson, who is our marketing and sales manager. But first, I have to give a shout out to our 2021 digital partners. You see them all on the side there. If it wasn't for them, we would not be able to bring these to you every week. And so we're very grateful for your support. So, Whitney, for those who may not know you, why don't you take a few minutes and introduce yourself, your background, and how long you've been with us?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So I originally actually worked for a corporate training company that focused on interpersonal skills training. And then I joined the family business, which is a family entertainment center that has 24 bowling lanes, an arcade, laser tag, restaurant, prize redemption store, VIP area. And I was there for about 6 years, and then I joined TrainerTainment in April. So here I am and got through the first quarter with the company and really excited to go into quarter three.
Awesome. Yeah, we're excited to have you. So as those of you who are regulars of Think Tank Thursday know, we have a recurring session where at the beginning of each quarter, we just talk about what we can focus on in the world of marketing, events, and sales to just prime you for what you should be getting ready for in the next quarter. And so that is this week's episode. We're going to talk about the events. So we're already, I know, halfway through July, but I think there's still some things from July that we can do. Whitney, what would you suggest that if they haven't thought about doing they might be able to do this month?
So something in my previous life that we always focused on in the summer months was some people call it Christmas in July. We actually hosted the event in August, so we called it the Very Merry August. This is an event that you're really trying to go out to the leaders and the decision makers of organizations, and you bring them in to showcase your facility and showcase what you can offer for the Christmas season. So typically it's a free event. You have your sales team there interacting, chatting. You can give a presentation. You want to offer some type of food and beverage to showcase kind of what you do on your banquet menu. And then if they want to participate in attractions, you allow that to happen as well. And then you can either offer a special offer for booking in July or August, or really the way to position it is like, now is the time to book your perfect date, because all those Fridays and Saturdays and Thursdays and Sundays are going to book up fast. And so you really want to kind of really hone in on that and focus on that and make sure that they know that now is the time to book, because those dates will book up quickly.
I know there's only a limited number of weekends before Christmas in the month of December. So you did it as an event. I have a client that works on the riverfront, which is based in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, that's taken that a step further. And they brought in a Christmas drink with like peppermint rim. They are totally embracing the Christmas in July special with a drink special, a menu special. They even are bringing in a Santa to do pictures with Santa in the summertime, which I thought was really creative and fun, just to set them apart.
We did decorate the room.
Oh,
that's kind of we did decorate the room with the Christmas tree and Christmas decorations and all of that good stuff too. So we did go all out to give them that complete experience. We had Christmas music. So
awesome. Another thing in terms of sales for July that I was thinking about is, school's coming back in only a couple of weeks, and I am in Georgia, and we start in literally 3 weeks. School starts, and so all those teachers are starting to go back to school. They'll need to meet each other. Sometimes teams get mixed up for like the fourth grade team and all of that. So one of the things you can do is reach out to principals and think about offering them some type of lunch package to where they can bring the teachers in to meet each other, do some team building, have some fun and some attractions. They have lots of pre-planning days, and so maybe that is something that your sales department can reach out to and create that relationship with the schools. Whitney, what did you find in your sales experience about creating those relationships with schools and how you got to get in there and things like that?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So we were big into getting involved with PTAs. So we did the Kids Bowl Free program all summer long. And one summer we actually did a contest. So we would actually track who was coming from which school. And then at the end of Kids Bowl Free season, so ours ended in September, we actually went to the PTA and gifted them money. And that was our way of getting in front of them, presenting to them, presenting their importance to us and how we could truly partner with that school. And it was always one of those like, oh goodness, like, thank you for this gift. And they weren't really expecting it. So it was that feel good and just our way of getting in.
I think it's an interesting way to take on that, because I think it also would bring attention to the fact that so many students from that school are already coming to your establishment. And so we would be a great partner for future fundraising activities or any of those things, because the student body does know us. Yeah, that's awesome. So I know, like I said, there's only about 2 weeks left in July. So let's move on to August. School's going back in August. There's all these things. All of our schedules are going to change a little bit. So what would you suggest for events in August?
So something that I always find funny and love is, our social media gets completely flooded with back to school pictures. So I really think you can focus on that and have a contest. And I know, Candi, you had some really good ideas around that. And if you want to kind of share exactly, I mean, everybody wants, the more interaction you get in social media, the better. And everybody likes to see their kids' pictures. So what a fun way to incorporate that in your marketing plan for the month of August.
That is the secret to algorithms. Get people to interact, post with you, and you get seen by more people in social media. So we, in my past life in operations, would often say, share your back to school pictures with us. And so we would let them upload their pictures in the comment section. And then there are apps out there that you can use that say, let's say you got 100 pictures that were loaded up in your comment section. You can randomly choose a number and it would randomly choose, let's say 53. And so the 53rd picture could be a winner for a family pass or a game card, whatever it is that you want to do, but it gives people a reason to share those pictures. And then a big part of that, though, is also commenting. Oh, I love that back to school outfit. Have somebody that is dedicated in those first couple of weekdays when school's going back, because if you have various school districts, you may have various back to school first days, that is always commenting, so that it also builds the customer relationship and they know that someone's there looking at those pictures and it's not just like an automated contest, that there's a person there. What about back to school drives? Have you ever done anything like that?
We never did, but what a great idea. So hosting a school supply drive for every bag of supplies donated you give a free game of bowling or a game card. You can do a pizza and drink combo, a game of laser tag, and you donate those supplies to your local schools, going back into like the conversation of how important it is to get involved with your schools. So this is just another way of not only rewarding your customers for being kind, but also giving back to the schools.
And we have to remember, last school year was very different than a lot of people for a lot of parts of the country. So for some regions, they'll be just now going back live after a full year of virtual school. And so being able to get in there, now that they're opening up possible events and fundraising events again, giving them opportunities to rebuild those connections that they had with teachers or with other students or any of those things. I think now is a great time for that, because my kid was lucky to go to school in person all year, but I have friends who were virtual all year long last year.
Right. That's a good way too. The bowling centers that are in our industry. I don't know if any of you do like in-school bowling, but you can actually take bowling math into the school and get involved in their PE program. So this is just another way to get in contact and, get involved with the principal or the PE teacher or those types of people, so you can get involved even more in the school for like the in-school bowling projects as well.
And I feel like bowling in school has grown substantially in the past couple of years, 5-10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
For sales, churches could be, I think, a good target for this, having a back to school lock-in event. If your location does lock-in events, or even if they don't do full lock-ins, you can have a special event where the church youth group gets to come together, get ready for back to school, re-meet each other depending on what their events may have been for the last year, and those things as well. Another thing to think about in schools is there are different organizations. Most people just think I have to have a fundraiser with ABC Elementary School or ABC Middle School. Man, there's band, there is all of your sports, cheerleading, there's all the different clubs between chess club. I know a school that has an esports club coming up this year. For the first year, they're going to have an inaugural esports club. But all of these things, they need team building stuff, or they need to raise money to go to other tournaments and compete with other schools, or for uniforms, or for equipment, or any of those things. And so look at those school directories. Who is your cheerleading coach this year? Who is your band director this year? Who is the leads for those extracurriculars in those sports? And make personal connections and reach out to them personally, and not just thinking that if you do a blanketed school email about what you can offer the school, that they're going to get back to you, because most of the time.
And I think too, now is the perfect time for that, because once they get into the school season, they're going to become very busy. So if you just have that initial touch now, when they're gearing up and thinking about the school year, this is the perfect time.
And always position these calls. Here's my tip of the day. As how can you help them? Not what you want to sell them, not what all the things that you have to offer, but I see that you are the head cheerleading coach, and I know that you guys are often competing and trying to go to the state and regional competitions. I would love to be a partner with you to make sure that those dreams come true for your cheerleading. How is it that we can partner together? How is it that I can best help you between team building and fundraising? You can throw out some of your options, but you're positioning this call and this initial touch point is, how can we partner so I can help you?
Absolutely. Something else I want to touch on in August and all these other months. So if you do have our reach calendar, you're going to see like the main focus of the month, and then you're going to see, you know, we have all of these, a lot of people laugh about all these national days that were made up or whatever else, but they are fun to play on with social media and things like that. Something that I would focus on for the different facilities, depending on what you offer. So for the month of July, we have some water parks. So on the 28th is National Water Park Day. On Saturday, August 14th is National Bowling Day. I know there's National Laser Tag Day. I mean, so just kind of, you know, picking some of those that really are true to your business and coming up with a nice marketing plan, special offer, things like that, that you can actually promote on social media.
Thanks for reminding me of that. So July, this is coming out on July 15th. So this weekend, July 18th, is National Ice Cream Day. And for my previous life, I found that if you kind of attach onto some of those national days, you can get easy coverage, like even national coverage, especially if your part have multiple locations or anything like that. So I was a franchise, so we were everywhere. So we just submitted that we were giving out free ice cream for the day, and we got lots of national coverage for that. So yeah, the 18th is National Ice Cream Day. You can do, but even if you haven't planned for that, social media allows you to do things on the fly sometimes really easily too. And so utilizing that.
If you make it a really big event, I mean, I would even suggest submitting some press releases and going to your, you know, local news stations and really trying to bring light to that, because they're always looking for information.
Yep. What are those fun days in August again that our audience could probably capitalize on? I know you said the 14th was Bowling Day.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a National Lemonade Day. That could be fun. Yeah. And I know there's some organizations that you can partner with for that day. Alex's Lemonade Stand is one that raises money for childhood cancer that actually will give you a lot of materials if you partner with them and are raising money for them for the month of August. So you still have time to contact them and possibly be in with that.
Something else I think would be fun in August is National Dog Day. Who doesn't love to share a picture of their dog? So just going on social media and just inviting people to share, you know, whether you want it to be a contest or giveaway or whatever else, but who doesn't love sharing a picture of their dog?
Of course. I saw also National Tell a Joke Day. I think that could just be fun. Come in, tell us a joke to make our front desk laugh and get, you know, a discount or whatever like that, just for something fun. And then of course we're getting into football season in August, the end of August. And so August 27th is National College Colors Day. And so I think you could have a real big fun, like almost like a tailgate type experience kicking off ready for the football season event in your facility.
Especially if you're a sports bar or you focus on a sports team. I know here in Iowa, I mean, our Iowa State rivalry is huge. So it would be a really great way to promote that, the upcoming games, what your specials are going to be during football games and things like that.
Which one are you again?
Iowa and Iowa State.
I know. Which one
Iowa
are you?
Hawkeyes.
You're an Iowa.
Oh, I'm Iowa Hawkeyes. I'm a Hawkeye.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Moving from August, I mean, like, there are some other random things that you can find on there. There's for some reason, August is a money month too. And so if you have a partnership with a bank or anything that you can bring an education and kids event in, that's interesting as well. September, school is back all over the country in September. And we realize September is not in our industry the busiest month of the year. Of course, things slow down a little bit as people get used to their new schedules and everything, but there are some things, and Whitney has some experience with helping out your Friday nights a little bit.
Yeah, so we all know that we really can't compete with business or with the Friday night football. I know Friday night football, high school football is popular, I think, nationally. I know here in Iowa it's a huge deal. Everybody looks forward to it. So you know that on Friday nights from 6 to 9, unfortunately, your facility is going to be very slow. So something in my previous life that we always did is we would always have like an after party. So whether it was doing special offers in the restaurant to bring in the families to eat after the football game, because everybody gets to get concession food. I mean, at least I do. And then also we always did cosmic bowling on the weekends on Fridays and Saturdays. So we would have, like, if they showed their school ID, we would give them, $2 or $3 off the cosmic bowling price. So another way that's hard to kind of get into the school with that offer, just because you are a for-profit business and some schools, which I understand, but that's a good way of, if you have any opportunity with, like, there's banners that you can sponsor, or there's different things that they can, announce your facility during the football game and invite them to come. So that's just another conversation to have with the school, see the opportunities. Again, it's a partnership. You want to, like Candi said, you really want to, what's in it for you, and not just about how you can make money, but how you can offer. Also, another thing too that's big is, like, this is a safe, family-friendly place for people to come after the football game. So it's a good choice, and they're going to have fun. And so that is something that we always did in the month of September.
That's a really good idea. I don't know if they still have them. When I was in high school, there were still programs. Like, there was still a piece of paper they handed out every time. And we would sell sponsorships to those programs for those home football games. And so that may be a possibility to get in there for a small nominal fee. You can sponsor the programs of the football and then put that every Friday night, come in with your school colors and whatever your offer may be.
A lot of teams also do where they're coupon cards. I don't know, Candi, they do that. Okay, so, like, they come to you and it's free of charge to you, and you just give your offer on these coupon cards, and then the teams go out and they sell them to people. So that's another way to promote your business.
It's a great fundraiser there as well. What are some of the fun days that we have in September, like those crazy national days?
So this is a new one to me. I didn't know this, and I should know this. So some of our facilities are league facilities. So Friday, September 3rd is U.S. Bowling League Day. So that could be fun. And most of your centers, all of your leagues are going to be back by then. So you could have some type of, I would do a week-long promotion probably for that. So you hit all nights of league, but you could really focus on that national holiday and giving special offers to your league bowlers.
Awesome. For those who have a bar in their facility, I noticed that September 7th is National Beer Lovers Day. And so I immediately think about maybe partnering. There's so many breweries in the world, like very localized breweries in the world, that maybe you could partner with some local breweries and have a local flight that they came and tried the different types of beer that were done locally for a price or something like that. And then you can maybe even have representatives from the breweries on site to answer questions about that as well.
A great idea. I see that on September 12th is National Video Games Day. And I know a lot of our facilities have arcades and video games. So that would be another really fun one. Sundays typically are pretty busy with, so I don't know if you would want to give any kind of crazy offer, but you could even maybe just celebrate the holiday and then invite them to come to like a half price Tuesday or something like that. But you could have a lot of fun with that.
I see miniature golf day in September too, being the 21st. And so for those of you that have mini golf in your facility, like being able to highlight that, we always are looking for ways that we highlight the attractions that we have and give, especially if you have multi attractions, how do you give each one of them the love that they need throughout social media and stuff? And so being able to highlight that and show some of your mini golf would be great too. There's always food days, right? So September consists of cheese pizza day, cheeseburger day. It looks like pepperoni pizza day. See if I'm missing any of them. So if you serve any of those foods, those are easy ways to bring those in.
And make sure on social media, if you're promoting those days, that you're including pictures of your food on that post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pictures out.
Our cheese pizza, our pepperoni pizza, all of that.
Don't go into the stock images.
And then just for a fun one, the 19th of September is Talk Like a Pirate Day. I could totally get down with having a pirate party in a facility. Get some cheap eye patches and bandanas, maybe hand them out as they come in. I think you could really do a real event around that.
You go live on Facebook.
Yes.
And
LinkedIn. Sales wise, September, one of the things that I was thinking about in September is I know as the school starts, we get, as a parent, I get sent home, hey, do you want to join Girl Scouts that meet this elementary school and things? So I think that is when Scouts always push for new members each year is around the start of school. They are simultaneous. So if you don't already have a relationship with Scouts, finding out who leads those up and reaching out to them and finding out, again, position this in a way, how can we partner? How can I help grow your Scout? How can I help with any of those things or fundraising, any of these things, and find those leaders of those Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and Family Scout groups that may be in your area.
And make sure this isn't part of the reach calendar, but make sure your sales team is gearing up for holiday season. Make sure that you're reaching out to those contacts that had booked in the previous years. I know we have been seeing as an industry, people are just absolutely thriving. And we think that corporations are going to really, really go for holiday parties this year, since a lot of them are finally not virtual, but they're actually in person. So really gearing up for your holiday season and making sure that you have all your ducks in a row and your team's ready to go.
So is it fair to say that you would say by possibly the end of August, beginning of September, you should know what you're offering package-wise for your holiday season. You should have your prospect list put together and be tackling that, right?
Yes. Because come October and even into November, it's all, depending on your sales team, it's all inbound. So really going out and getting those leads that have booked with you before. And again, promoting like these dates are going to book up fast. And so trying to get them those dates that they want before they're booked.
Yeah, just thinking about it, I think that this is one of those years. Yeah, there are only 3 Saturdays before Christmas on the calendar this year, and also 3 Fridays in December before then because Christmas Eve falls on a Friday and Christmas Day falls on a Saturday for us this year. And so that's it. 3 weekends is all that there is. And so yes, those will book out very fast for you. And I know October actually is the beginning of Q4, but we don't like to leave you hanging for what you should maybe think about October. So Whitney, I'll let you talk about this one. This one's a big one.
The Halloween photo contest, or just Halloween in general. I know a lot of facilities like to have big Halloween parties, whether it's with your customers. It's fun to actually include your employees as well. So really right now is the time to have these meetings and figure out what your promotion is going to be for Halloween, and then getting all of that figured out. So then once that comes, you are ready to rock and roll, because you're going to want to start promoting it. At least 30 days out, depending on what else you're promoting.
Choosing your date is strategic here too. You got to look around and know what your community typically does and when they do, because I'm not going to meet with my town's trick-or-treating in the square.
Or your chambers. Your chambers typically have a lot of chambers have events too, so you don't want to compete with that.
I think you can think all out of the box too. We, in my previous life in operations, we had really good luck with Thursday night Halloween parties, having it on a Thursday evening versus having it on a Friday, Saturday, or whatever day Halloween was. So we started doing it on Thursday evenings and had really good luck there. How are you going to do it? Are you going to have a trick or treat? I know we've worked with clients that had a trunk or treat and invited families to get involved and kind of designated part of their parking lot to have decorated cars, which is really fun. Are you going to do some type of carnival? Let your staff dress up. Like you said, include your staff. I think it's fun to have a day that your staff totally gets to dress up too. Also think about the rules and regulations that you'll allow for costumes that are coming in. Depending on what attractions you have, like long flowy costumes may be dangerous for some of those attractions and things like that. So making sure that's
out there. About your family friendly.
Yes.
Like, a big thing too is in my previous life, like really partnering with the chambers. The chambers in my area have very successful Halloween events. So we would always participate, like whether it was a trunk or treat or whatever it was, and we would always participate in those. And then you can always give out not only like candy or whatever else, but you can give out promotional cards, you can give out game cards, you can give out free bowling passes, and it's just a way to get your name out there.
Oh, I think that's a good point that we hadn't touched on. You got to think about what you're doing internally, but also which events make the list that you want to participate in your community, that you want to host. You have a trunk or treat, a trunk for a trunk or treat. That's hard to say. Or where you want to go and hand out candy for some community events. Which ones are best for you to partner with like that? We have a big one, and it costs nothing to be a part of it, but you must be able to provide at least 25,000 pieces of candy. Like that's the cost, is that you have to have 25,000 pieces of candy to hand out. So sales wise in October, Whitney already mentioned holiday parties. So I think that you're definitely doing on that, but churches is a good one. A lot of churches that Halloween like to provide somewhere for their youth group to go after Halloween trick-or-treating and things like that. So a lot of the times they'll have events or any of those things that you could possibly partner with them on. And then shortly after the holiday season, you're into fall sports and stuff. So keeping up with those contacts with the fall sport organizations and what you can do, because end of season parties for fall sports should be coming up around October too.
And something else to think about too is starting to reach out to your daycares and other youth organizations for your Thanksgiving break and your Christmas break.
Yes. And, know those breaks for your school. If you haven't gone and printed out what this upcoming year school calendar is for your area, go do that. It's on their websites right now. They approved it a couple of months ago. Print that out and make sure it's in your sales office so that you guys know when is fall break, when, and for all the districts. Don't forget the other districts around me. I have 3 different counties worth of schools that have 3 different break times. And so if for a family entertainment center or attractions facility near me, I would capitalize on all of those.
And make sure you have a plan. So typically, in my experience, Thanksgiving and Christmas break are really, really busy. And so I'm not discounting that you don't want to have a daycare in the afternoon on Christmas break, but I would really try to emphasize and promote doing like maybe even before you open. So if you open at 11 o'clock, why don't we try to book all these daycares coming in at 10 o'clock? So then 11 o'clock when open bowling, and you're going to get full prices for everything, whether it's open bowling or any other attraction, you can really maximize on the full price instead of the discounted, obviously, daycare rates. So have them. My suggestion to you would be talk with the team, see if it makes sense, and see if you can open earlier to host those youth groups.
Got it. And in social media, there are some fun days in October, but also you can, just like a back to school photo contest, you can do a show me your Halloween costume photo contest to boost your social media interactions. What are the wacky days coming up in October? What are those, Whitney? That's what I call those crazy holidays.
This one makes me laugh. National Boyfriend Day. I don't know if I'll special your boyfriend. I'm just kidding. National Do Something Nice Day. That would be really fun for social media and for people to share, like, okay, what is something nice that you have done for somebody today or recently? There's Bosses Day. So that would be kind of fun if you were to, as like a staff, if you were to celebrate your boss and post that all over social media and just thank them for what they offer. You could even do like cake and like, you could have a lot of fun with that. The 21st, this is interesting, and I'm going to throw this at you.
the 21st is Get to Know Your Customers Day. If
Mhm.
you were back in operations, what would you, how could you utilize that to make your customers feel like they are appreciated and things like that without a full out customer?
Not only would I do it on social media, but I would actually go to an operations. I would individually interact with as many customers as I could. And I would have a team that I would have your management team. You could even kind of pre-shift your staff and say, you know what, today is Get to Know Your Customers Day. We truly appreciate you. And then just start asking them questions. Everybody likes to talk about themselves. So just having those individual conversations, and you could really like capture those moments, and you could really turn those into whether they're testimonials or they're just some fun things to post on social media. But I think your customers would really appreciate those one-on-one conversations.
I think that's a good tip. Okay, so that brings us through the end of this quarter and all that. The biggest tip we always like to tell you is don't go into this without a plan. Like, start thinking about it, have a meeting, have a plan. Whitney, your suggestions for how far in advance should I know what I'm doing in a center?
90 days.
90 days. So think about it now. Put the action plans together. Who's going to do what? What do you need to order? Who are the vendors that you can get those things from to be able to pull off the events that you'd like to have in the next quarter? Any last tips that you have for them before this episode comes to an end this week?
Go out and conquer. I'm just really excited to see what this industry does. Especially, I was in sales, so the whole Christmas corporate season is really like true to my heart, and I have a lot of passion for it. So I'm really excited to see what these facilities do over the Christmas season, and even going into, I think it's going to be so huge. I think you're going to see that holiday season last even longer. In my experience, it would go through March. I think you're going to see it going through, even April and May. So I'm just really excited to see what this industry does.
I know, with as much as everyone's been thriving and the per caps and all of that has been so good lately, I can't wait to see what everyone is going to do this holiday season.
And not to be super salesy, but if you need help, we're here to help.
We are here to help. Also, at the end of this month, we have a conference. Whitney, you want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the end of this month, July 28th and 29th, we are having our Sales Growth Conference in person in Dallas. It's a lot in Euless, and we're really excited. We're going to be showing you some new, Candi, you can kind of go into the new Sales Pro information. We have some really exciting things to share. Our team will be there to see everybody. So it's going to be a great conference. You're going to have a lot of good takeaways, and it's like the perfect timing, as I said, going into your biggest sales season to really get honed up on your skills and have your sales team ready to rock and roll.
And everyone that comes gets a copy of Beth's book, People Buy From People, and her workbook, which I have. Let's see, People Buy From People, and then her workbook, and you get the combo to take home with you. So that's awesome. All the information can be found at TrainerTainment.net. If you go to events and conferences, you will find the 2021 Sales Growth Conference, and you can register right there. We also still have some, if you look on our Facebook for any of our ads about this conference, we have sponsors who have scholarship seats. So if you're working with any of those sponsors, please reach out to them. They would happily send you and help you sponsor a seat for you to go to that as well. Shortly after that, on August 5th, we have a virtual birthday clinic, and that's from 10 to 3, and that's virtual, so you can stay at your house and do that. And we'll be talking mainly about the people that make your birthdays work, your birthday champion and your party host in that virtual clinic as well. So all that information in the event section of the TrainerTainment.net website. As a reminder, we'll be back next quarter to do this again for going into Q4 and talk about all of the things that you need to be planning for them. And so, Whitney, any last parting words?
I will say, if you don't have the sales planner, the ultimate sales planner, it is absolutely phenomenal. It's on our online store. If you want to purchase it, it has all of this information. And then it kind of just keeps you on track. So this is huge. I know when I was in my role as a sales manager, this was my guide. This was kind of my Bible. So
And what I love about that book, yeah, it says 2021 on the title, and we are coming out with the 2022 one that will be ready by IAPA week. But we purposely don't, outside of the month, say in October 2019, the week dates, we purposely don't date those. So there's a top of it where it says week of, and you can input your dates here so you can track your own stuff. So it can last even if you buy it now into next year. So that's what I love about the book as well. Well, thank you guys for your time today. If you need to connect with Whitney, you can get in touch with her, Whitney at TrainerTainment.net. She'll happily answer any questions you have about any of the events that she may have talked about today. You can find me, Candi at TrainerTainment.net. And we just want to thank everyone for spending time with us. And thank you again to our 2021 digital sponsors. Again, without them, these episodes would not be coming to you. And if any of you want to be a guest on ThinkTank, we will happily talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. So email me, Candi at TrainerTainment.net, and we will get you on the schedule. So thanks everyone, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.